Oh, it's been a long time.
How about those Knickerbockers? How about those Knickerbockers?
I thought we were supposed to be talking about
No, boy. We
wrestling. What are we doing?
Well, no, folks. This is the
kind of show are we?
This is the back. This is the backlash of the plane, as opposed to backlash of WrestleMania. You know what I'm saying?
Of WrestleMania.
Shout out to actually. And I guess I don't know when you really threw this out there, but this may be the sum of the Black Madness, or the madness of the Black. If you want to be on your Matt Hardy shit.
That was an excellent segue. I think this is somewhere around here where we'll put in our intro that a friend of ours recorded for us some time ago during the apocalypse. But in any case, I'm so excited to be back. I feel like I should do like an official intro, like on some like Mark
peaks are peaking.
Like,
watch those levels. Peaks are peaking. Watch those levels.
Nah, niggas need to hear me, son. I'm always the one who's on the low levels, right? I'm supposed to project.
Now, but it has to do with the brand new mic. Shout out to Scarlett and Scarlett Productions. Scarlett Productions.
Yeah, we're professional now, niggas. So in that case, I guess I'm just gonna launch into it. Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, and pals as well, because now we have to modernize things for the modern era. I don't want anyone to feel left out. If you were nice enough to click on this here link or algorithmic,
anybody that was
algorithmic suggestion,
anybody that wore masks within the last 9 to 12 months. Let's say 9 to 12 months.
Exactly. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls,
cats,
and
dogs,
pals, children of all ages,
crackheads, hoes,
cats, dogs, ferrets, mongooses,
the tricks,
hermit crabs, whatever you got listening to this.
The trick ass marks, the mark ass
tricks,
especially the scallywags,
skip scops and scallywags,
especially the scallywags.
The Perfect Plex Podcast is proud to once again bring to you
and soon to be
the
of
tag
the
team
universe.
champions of the world,
and soon to be of the universe.
The Liquid Snake, the most fluid.
I mean,
the Lightskin
after
Bandit,
the summertime, I may be a little bit more tan, but still the Lightskin Bandit. A little bit more tan, but still the Lightskin Bandit.
The new age,
the new
motherfucking outlaws.
Actually, we're like the old age outlaws, but of the new age.
We're like the old age.
So we're like we're the old new age outlaws.
So we're like we're the old new age outlaws.
Oh, you didn't know?
If you motherfuckers ain't heard,
oh, you didn't know?
Then you better ask somebody.
Fire them guns up, nigga. I know, like, first of all, I know y'all niggas got mad fireworks from last summer because I heard a couple of them earlier. So at this point, fire them fireworks up too, nigga.
So at this point, fire them fireworks up too, nigga.
Please do unleash your surplus.
Don't
blow
please
up a small part of your.
I know a lot of y'all niggas shot a lot of
It's
clubs.
the only way to show your freedom.
I know a lot of y'all niggas shot a lot of clubs.
We don't need another summer like that. Save the club shoot up for at least the winter time. Whenever Fab drops another mixtape, save it for that.
Whenever Fab drops another mixtape, save it for that.
You're gonna be waiting a long time for that.
We're
not a music podcast.
There's music in the background. But
there's music in the background.
yeah, let's save all the heat for when it's cold.
Yeah, let's save all the heat for when it's cold.
So you dragged me on here. I'm still trying to figure out what the title of this podcast is gonna be. Something at the end of the world. It's been a long time. When was the last time we recorded? January? December?
A little bit before that or after that, but you know what I'm saying it's just
fucking August.
It's been real crazy times. And so we've had to finesse and address that, and we back, baby.
We back, baby.
To I guess kind of get into the granular part of it, to explain why we've been gone for so long, outside of our once a month,
that was just
incredibly steady podcast schedule that we do.
That was just because of the pandemic.
I mean, we're still pretty steady coming from our Audacity days,
those
man.
Those are the lost episodes. Well, I have to now.
Nah, you can't mention
they're lost for now, but whenever we
they're lost.
We decode the hieroglyphics, y'all definitely have those lost episodes.
Y'all definitely have those lost episodes.
Nah, them scrolls have crumbled to dust, my nigga.
We at least still
all they have is what we have on YouTube right now.
We at least still have like two of the poison hand scrolls.
Maybe it'll be like that episode of Batman where Kyodai Ken tried to learn the onomati touch, the killing touch or whatever, the killing blow. And Batman was ready. He hit him with the pad, son. He was ready for that ass. It's great. It's great. It's wonderful. Anyway, we're going to talk about some things. At this point, some stuff and some things.
We definitely aren't the Bodega Boys, but we will provide. Consider us to be like that ill corner store in Williamsburg.
Consider us to be like that ill corner store in Williamsburg.
I mean,
well, it's 2021.
I don't want to be related to Williamsburg. I'll sooner be that ill killer store in Astoria, my nigga. At this point.
Honestly, at this point,
but
somewhere on Bliss Street, you know what I'm saying?
What it is, boy.
Somewhere on.
But
Cash me on. I couldn't even think of another stop right now on the 7th train.
East Williamsburg. How many stores can you really highlight in the hood that are open?
How many stores can you really highlight in the hood?
Shit during these hours.
That's open. Shit during these hours.
Without the window?
Several.
Without the window?
Oh no, they do.
Niggas don't even do the window no more, my nigga.
Oh no, they do.
Maybe in Brownsville.
Maybe in
the uncouth
several portions
places.
Brownsville definitely several portions of Queens.
Definitely not out here in East Williamsburg, my nigga. I haven't seen a window out here since like 2015.
I can't say the last time I seen a fucking 24-hour bodega in Bed-Stuy.
I can't say the last time I seen a fucking 24-hour bodega in Bed-Stuy.
But again, that's where that window comes in handy.
Sad reality right there, my guy.
Again, that's where that window comes in handy.
Know what I'm saying? Like, I could at least go to my corner store. I could at least go to shout out to
Uber Eats,
Mr.
man.
Lemon. Know what I'm saying?
They've definitely been the backbone of not only deliveries, but food in general for the last
not only deliveries,
but year and some change.
For the last year and some change.
Word, you just gonna give them the slurpers? Yo, sponsor us, my
well,
guys.
fuck sponsors, boy. We both have spent quite
Uber
a few
Eats all day. If they bring me some ramen, you know?
It'd be nice if y'all could throw that back.
It'd be nice if y'all could throw that back.
Come on,
just a couple. Just
like,
a couple.
A couple of wing
just a couple
combos.
meals, you know what I'm saying? Like,
just honestly, just anything that's in the hood, like Chinese, whatever. Sandwich from the corner store, whatever.
Some ramen, you know what I'm saying?
I mean,
look, if you could throw me some oxtails and
you know what I'm saying?
You know, right? Peas and rice.
You throw me some oxtails and
then we really may have to talk.
Then we really may have to talk.
Nah, we'll sing your praises forever. You know what I'm saying? I will sit on my fire escape.
I will get up at 4 in the morning and grill some jerk chicken.
With some Jamaican food. You know what I'm saying?
4 in the morning and grill some jerk chicken for y'all niggas.
If I see some callaloo and fucking smoked ham,
that's what we
you
need
know what I'm
in these
saying?
Parts.
You know what it is.
That's what we need in these parts.
So I think that was a hell of an intro. I don't know about you, but what are we talking about, my guy? What made us come back out of the ether for our hungry fans who they were starving.
Our fans
deprived
understand
them for a
what
long
it is,
time.
and they know
our fans
sooner or later
what it is, and
that heat is gonna come out.
Know
but
sooner or later.
To answer your question,
that heat is gonna come out.
we,
What? To answer your
I
question.
being the one who was named the Lightskin Bandit, and
I being the
you who was named the snake who was of the most liquidity.
Snake who was of
I believe that's a word.
most liquidity.
We're here because
It
it's
is.
2021 and we have an NBA play-in.
It's 2021 and we have an NBA play-in.
You want to know what's funny about the NBA play-in?
Well, first of all, that was almost a bar.
2K20 earlier.
Well, first of all, that was almost a bar.
No. The
I was
bar
playing
was,
2K20
you know what's
earlier.
funny about the play-in?
No,
I was
no, no, no.
play-in.
The bar was, you know
But,
what's
yeah,
funny
go-
about
yeah.
the play-in? I was
That's
playing.
neither here nor there.
But yeah, go. Yeah. That's
I'm
neither
a-
here nor there.
I'm a lyrical nigga. So I'm playing 2K20 earlier, and Steve Kerr and Steve Kerr wasn't in it. Brent Barry. I'm confusing.
Further, I ain't gonna lie. That's a
white boy
bad
gunners.
comparison.
Brent.
Further, I ain't gonna lie.
I'm just
that's a
saying,
bad
but even though
comparison.
they just,
I didn't
just for
compare
you to
them. I'm
confuse-
just saying.
I'm just saying, but even though they just for you to confuse the two.
well, Steve
I-
Kerr,
Steve
he
Kerr
is
was
a
in
white
the
boy
game.
gunner,
What do you
but
want me
he's
to tell
also
you,
a-
son?
Well, Steve
Right.
Kerr, he is a white boy gunner, but he's also a
as a player,
three-time champion?
as a player.
Brent Barry won a chip
Fair enough.
He got
As a
ring.
player.
as a player.
But yeah,
son.
Brent Barry.
Fair enough. But yeah, Brent Barry.
So Brent Barry was talking about how in 2K20 about how there should be a play-in tournament, or how people have suggested a play-in tournament, and I fucking was laughing because now we are in the era of the play-in tournament. We already have had one round
not
of
to
it
cut
in
you off,
the
but
bubble.
would you say that
from last year.
The bubble helped
So-
but
with
would you say that
the play-in, and not even just the
bubble
play-in,
helped
but
with
the
play-in,
whole
not even just the play-in, but
because the NBA seems to
the
be
whole
they seem to be
because
adopting
the
more
NBA
of a
seems to be
I don't want to say
they seem to be
NFL
adopting
kind of
more of
mindset,
a-
but they're definitely
I don't wanna say
investing
NFL
more into
kind
their
of mindset,
college.
but they're definitely investing.
I'm not gonna
more
call
into
it
their
the
college.
Because look,
I'm not gonna call it
NFL, NCAA football is definitely
Because look,
a
NFL, NCAA.
it's definitely
football
a
is
trap
definitely
house
a,
for the NFL, but
It's definitely a trap
why
house
wouldn't
for
it be?
the NFL,
Because
but
the NFL doesn't have a G League
why
or
wouldn't it be? Because
shit.
NFL
The best
doesn't
league
have
you
a
could
G
say was
League
the
or-
fucking
shit. The best league you could say was the fucking
not even the AFL, the fucking the shit in the
not even
'80s,
NFL,
but
the fucking
either way, like they
shit in the 80s,
NBA
but
seems to be adopting
either way
investing
like
more into their
NBA
like
seems to be
their
adopting
college players, their college
investing
players
more
and
into
their
their, like,
quote unquote
their college players. Their college players
Unsigned
and their
free
quote
agents.
unquote unsigned free agents.
To answer your question, I definitely think the bubble forced them to think outside of the box. These were ideas such as having a true Sweet 16 tournament, and other ideas floated by Jalen Rose and other basketball luminaries
No, just using your phrase
on
just-
ESPN and elsewhere.
Jalen Rose
No,
definitely.
just using your phrase,
Well.
just and Jalen Rose
I mean,
definitely is. Well,
just
That's why I shouted him out.
of-
He definitely was a champion for that.
just
Uh,
because of the
Nobody's gonna hear this at no time soon. So.
Yeah, fuck it, man.
Just because of the
Nobody's gonna
Molly
hear this
Karam
no time
acquisition,
soon, so just because of the Molly
J. Rose is
Karam
a Hall of Fame.
acquisition,
Now he was a Hall of Fame before that for me.
J. Rose is a Hall of Fame. Now he was a Hall of Fame before that for me, but
Would you go as far to say that the Kobe 81, or at least 60 something points of that 81 dropped on his head, is alleviated by
Yes.
that acquisition?
Yes. Oh yes. Oh yes.
Yeah, there you go. There you
yes.
have. That's that
Oh,
hard.
yes.
Well,
that's
nah,
that
well, first of all,
hard-hitting
look.
analysis that you come to.
The
us for,
81
ladies and
wasn't
gentlemen,
fully
right
on
there.
him.
first of all, look,
He had like he had like
81 wasn't fully on him.
no. He had like
I
a
try to give him
quarter
some
of
credit, you know, maybe
No,
like
no. Because he had like a quarter.
maybe
of
like
it.
40.
See,
to
and that's
like,
the thing,
you know,
because they
60
showed that
somewhere
game
in
so many
there.
times.
Dropped on him.
When
See,
Kobe
that's the
really
thing,
got
they showed
hot,
that
J.
game so
Rose
many
wasn't
times.
on him. Son.
when Kobe really got hot, J. Rose wasn't on him.
Now look, like, all right,
they were just letting him. They're like,
no.
If you really
trying to dive deep,
it's garbage time.
I don't know if that was because they was like, J. Rose is old.
Now I don't know if that was because they was just like, J. Rose is old. But
because Toronto was cheeks, bro.
That's
what it was.
Yeah.
And Kobe was going through some things at the time.
What you're,
if you recall.
What you're insinuating, that was a year later, but he was going through all of Shaq is gone shit, you ain't shit. He was going through all of the, Shaq is gone shit, you ain't shit.
Yeah, you ain't shit. You drove him out of town. You're going to break the team apart.
Yeah.
You're a team killer, like all this shit, son. Remember, this dude, people forget that Kobe asked for a trade.
Stay tuned for the.
Luckily, they didn't bite on that.
What would have happened if niggas really got their trade podcast?
That is a series. There's a couple dudes who definitely demanded trades,
it
worked out for them, but didn't get them.
That's some real NFL Network shit.
Even that shit.
We're watching a lot of top 10
NFL Network shit.
And America's Game on YouTube. First of all, I'm surprised they had that shit on YouTube.
First of all, I'm surprised they had that shit on YouTube.
Yeah, well, yeah, yeah. Let's just leave it
the NFL.
At that. Yeah, but
let's just leave it at that.
Yeah, we definitely will come up with some ill. Not even let's variate it. Not top 5. We'll come up with some top 6s. Some top 11s, if you will, just to make shit a little bit interesting. But top 16s,
top 14s,
top 21s, just to make sure that everybody that feels like they're not involved, they'll be involved. If you're not involved, that means you're just straight whack.
They'll be involved. If you're not involved, that means you're just straight whack.
That begs the question, what are we talking about? Largely what we came back for is basketball. That's how we started out. If you go back to the very first episode we ever
the 2019
uploaded, it
playoffs,
was about
right before right before both
Eastern Conference Finals.
Right before both the conference.
But even
we're solidified.
But even within that, like I said earlier,
we're Eastern Conference semifinals.
We're in the first night of the first playoff play-in. Charlotte got spanked. Snake's team was the one that spanked them. Shout out to brother Montez. Yeah, he definitely has to get the fuck out of Indiana.
Yeah, he definitely has to get the fuck out of Indiana.
Just to give you a little insight, folks, we kind of want to do a little simulcast for Brother Westbrook, but apparently
for Brother Westbrook, but
that wasn't meant to be. It would have been nice.
That wasn't meant to be.
No, they lost tonight, so they're dubbed.
He gets to play one more time. So
no, they're done.
They lost tonight, so they get to play one more time.
No, they're
done.
No, I thought they get one more chance.
No,
they're done, and
finito.
Because they lost.
They're done, and
so it's gonna be
they lost. So
I think it's gonna be Charlotte. Yeah, it's gonna be Charlotte and
I think it's gonna be Charlotte.
No, it's gonna be Charlotte and Boston.
No, it's gonna be Charlotte.
Yeah, Charlotte and Boston, and because I think whoever got that first game, they got the 7th seed.
Because I think
last game was whoever wins gets
Last game was
point is this play-in is
it's
definitely worth talking.
It's definitely worth talking.
Yeah, to some degree, as we talked about this extensively off podcast already, in that we were hoping that Lakers and the Warriors would get to play on the first night. That would be an East game and a West game.
That would have been the perfect game to do a cast about.
but they held off. I get it for obvious reasons. They want to juice those two West games, even though the real
I
game of
mean,
interest is the Lakers
in regards
versus
to
the
the
Warriors.
play-in, two games that were really intriguing was clearly like, all right, anything with Westbrook in it and him being close to the playoffs, that's clearly Wizards and Boston. And Boston, truth be told, with Brown being injured, and a couple other people, with Brown being injured. I'm not gonna lie, me personally, I thought the Wizards and Brother Sexbrook could do it. But the two games to watch in regards to the playing were clearly the Wizards, Boston, and tomorrow night when I'm going to be fucking working, Warriors and the Lakers. Warriors and the Lakers.
Again, going back to my 2K20 example, the reason I brought it up is that Brent Barry was like, they're fielding like a play-in kind of like situation, and now that the play-in is a reality, it's funny to hear him mention it in hindsight. Given that I think personally the play-in was, I guess that leads us to our first question. Like, do you think the play-in was beneficial and has been beneficial to the postseason, which is very much needed, like a shot in the arm since for fucking 5 to 7 years now, basically. Even though the last couple postseasons were fire, but like the postseason is clearly like you can game the system, and I feel like the Kings didn't make it, but like teams that are like middle of the road or at the bottom of the roster,
that's the funny thing, because
or injuries or whatever
no. Like the Kings,
they deserve to at least have a shot if they really are that good.
Like, let's say like the last for whatever reason 3 seasons. Yo, the Kings, they've been on the cusp, like almost making it. They've been on the cusp. They almost made it this year. To really answer like that broad question, it's kind of hard to answer that, because if you're a college basketball fan, like solely, then you can answer that question. If you're just an NBA fan, you can answer that. But if you're somebody that's in that gray area and so on and so forth, it's kind of weird because I'm old enough to where it's like I don't want to switch the NBA playoffs. Only because those are series. We ain't talking about one game. But at the same time, being a fan of NCAA, madness. Well, once again, folks, welcome back to the madness. The one game thing does help, but when it comes to basketball, it's a little weird. You know what I mean? When you talk about football, wild card, one game, it works, but. The only reason shit is working this year is because we had the bubble last year. We had some sort of season, but the reality is, if they didn't have the play-in, there was still going to be some thirst that wasn't quenched. There was going to be something that wasn't.
I don't agree with that. I think that the specter, I was thinking about this earlier as well, again, when Brent Barry mentioned this, I think the specter of David Stern loomed so heavily over the league. Adam Silver is clearly willing to think about outside the box as commissioner now, which is wonderful.
Way outside the box.
Which is great. Like, the league needs shots in the arm. Other sports have shown a willingness to adapt with the times, or at least make things more interesting. Even baseball, even though that's the most resistant to change that I've seen in terms of sports in the world. You need to adapt to modern times. Not extraordinarily so or extremely so, but in terms of making these more interesting, Absolutely. And if college basketball has proven through the tournament format, Final Four or no, Cinderella stories or no, whatever it is that draws people to watch those, it's compelling. So why not attach that to the most talented league in the world?
No, but
that doesn't happen in FIBA really, even though it's a tournament setting and all that.
But
like,
because the one game situation
tells totally different stories. Now, look, all right. If you want to talk to me about, all right, Kentucky, Duke, North Carolina, like in
North Carolina,
shit, even in the best times of college basketball, which most people would say was the 80s, the early 80s, especially that the ACC basketball. When you talk about North Carolina with Jordan,
ACC basketball,
fucking James Worthy,
North Carolina with Jordan,
brother
James Worthy,
Sam Perkins, and you talk about fucking Virginia with your man man Ralph Sampson and
your man
even
Ralph Sampson,
even Rick Carlisle. No, boy. Even shout out to the A3.
Shout out to Rick Carlisle.
The A3 Wolfpack team, North Carolina State.
The A3 Wolfpack team, North Carolina State.
And over like college sports in general, they've always
college sports
taken on and resembled the vibe and the tone of
the vibe
society.
And
because
the tone of
I haven't watched it yet.
Society. Because
fuck it, recording shit and whatever.
Yet,
but the it's not a 30 for 30, but the documentary that came out with in regards to just the WNBA players from last year and everything they was doing.
WNBA players from last year.
I forgot the name of the shit.
And everything they was doing.
It's like 160 something, but
it's
and
like 160.
It's crazy because look. Like, if you're a basketball fan, yeah, you watch basketball whenever you see it.
If you're a basketball fan, yeah, you watch basketball
like that documentary. It definitely it brings more power to the WNBA and I mean in society in general because honestly,
in society in general because
when women get when they get a hold of something, that's when shit starts to really start.
Get a hold of something, that's when shit
starts to bubble. And shit, Maya Moore, she flat out she flat out did what a lot of NFL players did for the pandemic. She did it for other reasons. She flat out sat out that whole season last year for multiple reasons, but definitely for this last court case that she was involved with. Mad other years prior, and and I remember reading about all that shit, and when she chose to sit out, I was like, all right, I understood it, and I was like, all right, cool.
Chose to sit out, I was like, all right, I understood it.
Everybody else in WNBA started being like, yeah, nah, we not playing, we're trying to stand for something else. That really,
trying to stand for something else. That really,
that definitely showed me a lot. It showed me a lot, and then,
that definitely showed me a lot.
At times like that, it's like, fuck basketball, fuck sports.
At times like that,
hey, what are we really talking about?
Basketball, fuck sports. Hey, what are we really talking about?
On one of our more recent episodes, a while back, maybe 2 or 3 episodes, I had gone on an extended monologue about how I thought the NBA players, again, despite how good the bubble was and how compelling that basketball was and the storylines and all that, these players should not have played in the wake of the racial violence going on in this country. Also in the wake of the fact that there was a pandemic going on, parallelogram, I don't know what else you want to call it. Everybody has cute little P words for it. Fucking, I don't know, fucking a panda. We got a panda going on here. I I had said in those episodes that prior to our hiatus that these people in the league shouldn't be playing, just like people who were in the wrestling industry, which is another thing we cover, should not be wrestling. Like, you should go for the reset. And I understand that people have to make money, and so I don't blame wrestlers, athletes, etc. for coming back to their respective jobs and doing their job. That's the job they have. You have to do what you have to do. I am in no way judging the fact that things went on as relatively scheduled, but at the same time,
or as unscheduled.
It's been really hard to enjoy this year in terms of basketball, even though a lot of amazing things have happened. Carmelo, Anthony moves into the top 10 for scoring.
The bubble.
You have a lot of excellent guard play.
The bubble was way better than anybody could have expected.
The bubble was fantastic, and it once again proves that perception in the NBA doesn't really mean anything until you're in the time where you have to win, score,
but at the same time,
whatever it is you're good at.
It is, but perception still
and that's what we
kind
live
of
for.
came
You
into
know, that's
play.
one of the things we live
It
for.
is, but perception
A little
still
bit in
kinda
the bubble.
came into play.
Like just a little tad bit.
A little bit in the bubble.
I have no
A
problem.
little tad bit.
Elaborate on that.
Had LeBron and the Lakers lost,
Had,
there would have been a lot of fucking,
lost.
a lot of bullshit that
Like, there would have been a lot
LeBron
of
and shit, even AD would have had to have dealt with.
bullshit that
Because again,
LeBron and shit, even AD
them
would have had to have dealt with.
before the pandemic and before
again,
shit hit,
Them
they were the number one
before
team
the
in the league.
pandemic, before shit hit, they were the number one team in the league.
Okay, would it not be better for the Clippers or Denver to have won, given that both teams are in a position of Cinderella? And if the NBA is trying to make their tournament, which is what the postseason anyway is, a giant tournament. If they're trying to make the tournament aspect of their televised entertainment, sports entertainment, compelling, then why not have play-ins? Why not make sure seeding matters? Why not make sure that all teams have parity?
I hear your question.
And at the same time, I understand that.
I hear your question.
I understand that people want to see LeBron James. I understand that people want to see Paul George and all these other superstar players. Average NBA ticket is what, $70 or whatever, $80. And don't kill me on that comment section.
First of all,
I'm just trying to think of like nosebleeds and stuff like that. Like,
First of all,
the playoff tickets for the Knicks right now, them shits had sold out. So
playoff tickets for the Knicks.
any
right
ticket
now,
you want to get right now for the
sold out,
Knicks,
so
who have not been in the fucking playoffs
get
for
right now for the Knicks, who have not been in the fucking
what,
playoffs
7-8
for,
years?
What, 7,
That's gonna cost you a
years?
couple of stacks, but
That's
I'm just
gonna cost you
answering
a
that
couple
question.
stacks, but I'm just answering that question.
If we talk about
If
shit,
we
just
talk
playoffs
about,
in general, just playoffs in
just
general,
playoffs in
and
general.
just what it
Just
takes
playoffs
to
in
get
general
there.
and just what it takes to get there.
You know what it is, bro. Like 75
You know what it is,
75
bro.
to 80% of those teams
75
that made it last year probably wouldn't
75 to 80%
would not have
of those
made
teams that made it last year probably
at all.
would not have made it
So now when
at all.
we talk about the Lakers,
So now
they
talk about
clearly
the
were in a
Lakers.
much better position than they were last year.
they clearly were in a much better position than they were last year.
They had health, but nobody was hitting threes. Now it's like
They had help, but
nobody's hitting threes, and y'all
Now it's like
fucking unhealthy, and you not in the
nobody's
bubble.
hitting threes and fucking unhealthy and you're not in the bubble.
So now it's like, all right, we have to look at a few things.
So now it's like, all right,
Who
we
has
have
the
to look
most
at a few
experience?
things.
That savvy veteran shit.
Who has the most experience?
And
that
who
veteran
has
shit.
the most talent?
And
the wackiest thing
who has
is,
the most
and
talent?
I'm not a Nets
wackest
hater
thing
because
is,
I've
and-
always been a supporter of them, but Yo, if they get the chip this year,
I've always been
son,
a supporter of them, but if they get the chip this year,
that in itself will totally fuck the whole, like, anything we ever thought about the league, that will fuck it.
Totally fuck the whole, like, anything we ever thought about the league, that will fuck it.
I don't want to say that. Except that super teams, I don't know, don't seem to win usually. Even one coached by Steve Nash. Especially since a lot of those, at least two of those stars.
No, super teams work, but super teams that have the super teams that they form the right puzzle.
The super teams that
again,
they form
whatever that
right
is, the
puzzle.
03 Celtics,
Again,
07 Celtics, whatever that was,
03 Celtics,
2007
Celtics,
12 Miami,
20
fucking 2017 Warriors.
Fucking 2017 Warriors.
No, even beyond that.
Stiflers, everybody.
80, what was that? 83 Sixers.
What was that?
With the doctor and fucking Brother Moses.
With the doctor and fucking Brother Moses.
But at the same time,
Rockaway dunk.
That discussion about super teams has to be a little bit adjusted, because what really is a super team, especially now?
What really is a super team, especially now?
I guess it depends on who you add to your roster and what stage you're in, more than anything. Which again, Liu Kang, and I hate to bring this back to Mortal Kombat, which you mentioned this earlier. Liu Kang shows up fairly early in the movie. Why not have him be Liu Kang? Like, he kind of is, but why not have him be Liu Kang?
Why not have him be Liu Kang, or why not at least tell a story of Liu Kang and, I'm saying, the illest monks that ever were in the game. Liu Kang, Kung Lao. Well, shit, just the series of Kung Laos and their story.
The series of Kung Laos and their story.
I don't know. Because there's only the one Kung Lao that mattered. There's only one Kung Lao that mattered. And I know that's a bit of a diversion, but it kind of links up to what we're talking about in terms of
see, now the bubble,
things
the
like
bubble
that.
ultimately is the tournament. That's what we're getting to. Tournament. If I had to relate him to anybody, man, Brother Westbrook, it would be. All right, now Westbrook is kind of hard to relate to.
Westbrook is kind of hard to relate to.
Not really. He would be like Scorpion because he is trying to prove that he is good enough, which is clearly a problem of his. Like, and it's funny because he is again one of the best guards in the league. But even now, like, he still feels like
but that's just his personality.
And I get it, like Hart is.
That's just his personality.
That's what I'm saying. Heart is the thing that you know. People say I would say Heart is the thing you can't teach, and that is just
Heart
what he
itself,
does. Like, he's just
you can't
all motor,
teach, but
it seems like
you can instill that motivation and.
You can instill that motivation.
Vince Lombardi got the most out of the least talented motherfuckers.
Vince Lombardi got the most out of the least talented motherfuckers.
You can motivate motherfuckers to be motivated to do work.
You can motivate motherfuckers to be motivated.
You can't give somebody that motor, but you can create like a false motor.
You can create like a false motor.
And that's what we call stand by the top 5 coaches ever.
Stand by the top 5 coaches ever.
Oh my God. How do we judge that? By wins? By performance? By
wins,
hair?
championships, who were like those who were like real motivators, and those who could really just shake shit up.
George Carl, even though he's a madman.
We're not gonna do it right now, but we're not gonna do it right now.
No, I think that's a good idea. We might bring it up again after this symbiote stuff is over, because you never know who's gonna be a symbiote anymore.
OKC three-way. OKC three-way.
It's gonna call the police.
Brooklyn Bowl opening up on 7th or the 8th September. I won't be there, but y'all can be there.
Oh.
I won't be there, but y'all can be there.
It's a good one. Outside around it, but that's fine. I said we'll have to edit around it, but that's fine. You're starting to flag
honestly,
a bit. But
if niggas wanted to, we could. No, we
just
can,
out of podcast shape. That's all, basically.
Different segments. We can break these up. Honestly, the reality is, it's late niggas is drunk. Honestly, the reality is, it's late niggas is drunk, so.
Yeah, I mean, and if that's what y'all want, please let us know. We'll do that. Like, we want you to be able to listen to us in any way you can. We understand. Me personally, I love long form podcasting or long form videos or things like that.
Definitely a
gives me something to listen to while I write or play video. Absolutely, play video games. You know, whatever it is that I just need something in the background to kind of just, again, half pay attention to, but still be motivated by it. To go read it or read about it more. So yeah, that's basically my one of my keys to success is setting the screen /pick and not having it be illegal.
Set the screen for the open shot. Whether that's the big man diving or the guard taking the open J.
Exactly. And I have two capable big men, so on the Nets. So we'll see what we'll see. But at the same time, they are clearly mad because we beat them earlier in the season.
All right, fuck. Nothing else to say with. All right, fuck. Nothing else to say with. This is it. We got it.